Goodman here, the Neurotic guitarist. My friends in Testament are playing tonight. The Bay State is in Boston, and Alex was kind enough to invite us down to the show, so we're here to harass him. I don't know if I should go backstage and just kind of like sneak backstage and walk there because the door's open and just act like I know somebody. So what's the tour been like, dude?
It's been great. I mean, it's been definitely it's taken some getting used to. Everybody will tell you that in pretty much every band, especially the drummers.
That physical.
Yeah, they haven't done this in so long. I was talking to our drummer, Dave Lombardo. And as the fans are coming to the shows, it's selling out, which has been great, especially for the drummers. Tom Hunting today was telling me, yeah, he missed a few parts last night, he admitted. Dave has missed a few parts. It's just getting it automatic again, all the memorization after all this time.
This may have been the longest in 20 years I've been where I hadn't played in front of anybody.
Because I play outside of the band. I did have shows. I had masked shows, I had streaming only shows. So I did do performances. But to not tour, this is the longest in quite some time.
Are you seeing fans like, because I know that I've gone to a few shows recently and it's like, oh my God, it's metal again. This is what it feels like to have the kick drum get mad at you.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like the fans are responding differently than maybe they did slightly before COVID?
Normally, we complain when we play South America because the audiences are so good.
Yeah.
They kind of tend to put North American audiences to shame. There's always been this great appreciation because they don't have bands coming through all the time. You know, they're not spoiled. Jersey is always a little nuts. So, Testament has history with New Jersey. The original record label was Megaforce Records. The original A&R person was Metal Maria Ferrero.
Maria, we love you.
So Maria, and we always love seeing her.
She's like literally like you see pictures of her and it's like Lars Ulrich 1984, David Ellefson 1987, and it still continues on.
Besides all the friends and family in Jersey, just the crowd was just off the hook. And as I was saying earlier, I think there's more appreciation because music was shut down for a while. So now there isn't that, that feeling, I'll see them next time, or I just went to another show, I had my fill of shows. No, people they're hungry, they're fired up.
We're losing too many people in the music industry.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to sound morbid, but you want to go see people now because it's like, we're appreciating the fact that you guys are still around making music for us.
And there's Neil Peart, there's Taylor Hawkins, and they're not here. And so, I think, for all those reasons now, it's just like, all right.
So, cheers to the heavens to Taylor, but we've lost too many musicians. So I know as a guy who's seen a lot of bands and I'm like, maybe I'll check them next time. I drove to Boston today to see you guys. Yeah. I hate driving. I'm a recluse. I'm like, I don't even want to go, but Death Angel, Exodus, and Testament, like, that's a triumvirate. Do you find that people, like, I feel like there's better bills going around now because people want music so badly that now you guys are almost joining forces, like everyone's on the same team again.
Yeah, and the fact that it was supposed to happen 2 years ago, and then it got rescheduled a year later, and then it was this close to happening, and then something called the Omicron variant happened. We're being as careful as we can, but it's happening.
So Testament, you guys have been around for so long, but do you find that is it the same people coming? Are there young kids coming?
Absolutely. There was a guy I was talking to, was all excited and pretty young. How old do you think that kid
17,
was?
18 years old.
Yeah. There's a lot of folks like that. And then I've seen others that have, been to, they've been coming for years. And some of them look so old. Like, whoa, that's good. But and then there's others that I think, like the band themselves, they don't age as much because music keeps you young. a lot of bands, like even, folks like Alice Cooper, just don't seem to age.
I was just hanging out with Shannon Larkin yesterday. He was 55, played with Ratchild and Godsmack. Doesn't look it. Literally doesn't look it at all. But he's like, oh, I feel old. And I get the feeling old thing. But when you're in a rock and roll band, I feel like you've looked the same since 1989 till now.
Yeah.
Like, what about rock and roll is like formaldehyde for your skin?
Well, the music itself is, it's very ironic in a way, because the music and the joy of just doing something creative and feeling independent, and that represents something. People go out of their way to go to these concerts. For us to have the privilege to play the concerts, it's going to bring great joy. For some, it comes with trappings that can have the reverse effect. There's what's called the rock and roll lifestyle, which can take down a lot of people or age them prematurely. I was always kind of a nerd. I could never keep up, even when I was younger, which I think works to, that's come in handy.
Not dying is a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, not dying is a plus.
Yeah, and also just, just learning your limits, and just, having a good time, but within reason. Not, getting trashed all the time. And if you can do that, and you can kind of control your lifestyle and live, figure out a relatively healthy lifestyle. I don't think it has to be like a super healthy lifestyle, although I know a few musicians like that who are just, no substance, no alcohol, plant-based, and that's great. I don't think you need to do that. I need some vice in my life.
Can you talk about being outspoken? Like, do you think that that's bringing a new audience to Testament because people know about Alex Skolnick, the dude?
I do have different sides. I have a political, outspoken side. I just can't keep stuff to myself. And also, I think I gave up a long time ago on just trying to be a people pleaser. It never worked for me when I was young, and I don't care. So I annoyed people first by basically being a melodic guitar player in thrash metal, which was at the time.
How dare you?
How
dare you play with some sort of sense of musical understanding?
That didn't really exist at that time. It was really almost like a punk rock style of guitar playing, which is great too. But I wanted to be musical. I listened to Rush and Van Halen and Ozzy. So that annoyed people. And then as I developed my jazz guitar side and sort of became professional at that annoyed people.
I watched you post on your Instagram, and you're playing with some Jedi level musicians that are younger than me, which also upsets me. And the changes in jazz, it's like, I think Siobhan calls it musical surprise. Is that the challenge for you at this point? Like, people trying to fuck with you with chord changes?
I like learning things not necessarily that I don't understand, but that's a challenge to play, but also that I enjoy listening to. And I find, I use the term jazz loosely because it means different things to different people.
Why don't you smash that subscribe button already?